Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Hello.
My name is Omiya. This is Alex and Fabrice. And today we are going to be doing a quick 20-minute presentation on the ClearPHONE, the new privacy phone that is out. In this presentation, we're going to be going through who the chairman of the company is, so who's behind this technology. We're going to go through the vision of the company, why we're so excited about this phone, and if you want to become an influencer and start your own business using this product, we're going to teach you how to do that. So now we're going to move to the slides. Okay, so ClearPHONE. First, we're going to just go into who we are and what we stand for, starting with Alex.
Yeah, thank you, Omiya. And so I'm Alex. I'm really passionate about co-creating the conscious new earth using entrepreneurship. So how I do that, I have a podcast called The Light Leaders, where I interview people passionate about raising the consciousness of our planet. And I'm into cryptos because I believe it really empowers the individual financially and helps people being in their sovereignty. And everything I do around business is aligned with that vision of freedom, sovereignty, and empowerment. And I think owning your data is an essential piece of that. That's why I'm so aligned with the message and the importance of the ClearPHONE. So that's me, and Fabrice is here.
Amazing. Yeah, hi, everyone. So over the last 14 years, I've been really interested in three main areas. So health, sovereignty, and technology and cryptocurrencies. And for me, I found that this product is totally aligned with my highest values and how I see the world evolving. So I'll keep it short. It's not really about me, but I wanted to give you a context of what I like and why I choose this product.
And I'm Omiya, and I'm really passionate about pretty much the same thing they are, about our sovereignty, about coming back to nature, finding our health, and connecting to love and freedom and connection, and just co-creating this new earth.
Cool. So that's us. And I think, Alex, you're going to open the presentation more or less with what does that matter? Why are we doing this?
Yes, data ownership and privacy. Why does it matter? We shared in our presentation that it matters to us. Why? 3 reasons mainly. The first one is that our data has a lot of value in itself. And so it's a smarter thing to know about that, own your data, and then if you consent to sharing it with advertisers, to sell it and get rewarded for it. Because what happens with Facebook, for example, is they sell your data, it's worth hundreds of billions of dollars, and you don't get anything out of it. In the future, you own it, you choose if you want to share it. That's the first thing, is the value. The second thing is that your data is often used against you. Maybe if you've watched documentaries like The Social Dilemma, you know that those platforms, they thrive on having you spend as much time as possible on the platform. So Instagram shows me always surfing videos to get me hooked, and it works. So it's important for that to make sure we share data that are only going to serve us and not with platforms who are against us in that way. And the third part, why it's important, privacy and owning your data, is the danger with censorship that we see more and more, especially if you talk about some controversial topics. So you don't get, censored or get bad social credit system because you say something that's not in line with what people want you to say.
So quickly, we're going to present to you who is the man behind the ClearPHONE. Michael Proper is an incredible being. He's a chairman of the company, multiple companies actually, and a father of 6. So get this. Basically, he's got about 29 years in the IT industry, and he started his own company in the early 2000s. He got very successful with that, and from that point onwards, he just got better and better. So he's mainly focused on decentralization, and until now, everybody else was focusing on centralizing the data. So Mike also very early, decentralization was a very important piece for the future. And he wants to empower people by creating a technology that is actually in our best interest. Just like Alex was sharing, what we've seen over the last 15, 20 years is very useful, very practical, but unfortunately it starts to turn against its very users. The vision of ClearPHONE, what they want is to first give more choice to the people, especially with managing and sharing our digital identity. So we all have a real life, and we also all have a digital avatar, a digital version of ourselves. And again, like Alex was saying, what is being done with this avatar only happens because we don't reclaim really our data. So Michael and the company is changing this. And here we can see that until now, all these corporations, all these big tech platforms, they had a monopoly just because we didn't have another choice. And this is changing. Another point that's important is to empower and responsibilize each of us, because we've been very trusting that these platforms had our best interest, but what does it look like when you own your private keys, when you are in charge of your data? This is a big topic as well. And finally, ClearPHONE gives control back to the users. Like what they want to do is to be able to provide us with the technology that's blocking all the ad trackers, all the viruses, all the hackers and malware. And how this is done is through the technology that is very unique to this phone, and it's inside the operating system of the phone. We're going to be talking about this in just a second. Very, very quick overview to give you an idea of what Clear has achieved before coming out in the world with this product. So they've been in IT again for about 29 years. It took 11 years to build the storage infrastructure so we can use these products. It took 5 years just to build the gateway management, which is the key technological advancement of these phones. This is what makes these phones different, and this is what gives Clear a very unique advantage, the gateway management. So it took 5 years to develop that. They have deployed all that technology in over 150 countries. It's translated in 86 languages. So you can imagine this is a very large operation and a very serious business. And the Clear operating system is already pre-installed on the servers of Hewlett-Packard Enterprise. If you guys are not familiar with these guys, you can check them out. They are some of the biggest in the industry. And basically what this means is Hewlett-Packard Enterprise has chosen the operating system of Clear to pre-install this directly on their products. And this gives some kind of, I suppose, a credentials of what the company has already achieved and why it's a very solid, very key player in the industry. And so that this phone is basically emerging out of these 30 years of technological advancement.
Yeah, thank you. So 7 things that make the ClearPHONE different. So this phone is on an open source and a decentralized platform. The apps are the same. So you can use Facebook, you can use Instagram, all the imported apps, but it puts them in its own little gated area. So it cannot access everything in your phone and cannot be connected to your microphone, your pictures, your locations. So it gives you privacy there. ClearPHONE works off of its own native operating system built in with the gateway management system that Fabrice was just talking about. It also has its own apps. So there's ClearCare, there's
which is customer service.
Yep, it has all of its own little apps on the phone. Clear uses sharding technology and runs off the blockchain. So sharding technology is basically right now, if you were to take a photo, it would go to the cloud, and that's where it would be, and Apple and Google and everything, all those companies have access to that. But with sharding technology now on the ClearPhone, if you take a picture with the ClearPhone, it splits up the pictures into a bunch of different pieces. It runs to a bunch of different servers. So the only way that you can get that picture to become one photo is if you have, number 6, your 12 key encrypted words that only you have. So this gives you privacy, and it gives it so you own that data and only you can access this.
And make it very difficult to be hacked, and,
Yes.
and many other advantages like that.
And then it runs off of the blockchain. Therefore, all of, when you join the business, all of your payments are connected to cryptocurrency, to other currencies. We'll explain more of that later, but this is really exciting. And then again, you have your 12 words. So only you can use those words to get into the phone. And then ClearPhone comes from over 2 decades of IT products and services. So just like Fabrice was saying, this wasn't just a 1 year, 2 year overnight thing. This is something that's been 11 years in the making, really seeing like the long-term vision of how to give the privacy back to the people. This is an issue that Michael has been seeing from long ago. So next, we're just going to go into the phones real quick. So that there's 3 different phones. There is the 220, the 420, and the 620. So the 220
small one
is the smallest one. The 420 is the one we have right here, the medium, and the 620 is the biggest. So they all have different cameras, I believe. The 620 having 4 cameras on the back. This is all an Android-based phone. So it is not connected to Google, though you can, I think the 220 and the 620 are completely de-Googled. The 420 does have Google, so you can do Google Maps and things like this if you choose. It's up to the user. And calendar, up to the user. We're gonna say something?
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. 2 of them are de-Googled completely. The middle one is a sort of a transition phone that we call with the guys here, because again, we're still using sometimes, Google Map or Calendar or whatever product that are still plugged into Google. So,
but yet again, these apps are fenced off, so they can't access the whole rest of your phone. And then also these phones, like we were saying earlier, blocks trackers, ads, malware. You can use all the apps like normal. It has a great camera, really quick charge. It comes with headphones, a charger, a case. And then we have the Clear plans. So the Clear plans, there's 3 different kinds. Right now, this is only available in the US, but they are going to be deploying it in Europe and Australia soon. But basically, these 3 plans, why would you want to get a Clear plan? Because AT&T and some of these other companies are storing all of your text messages, recording all of your conversations, keeping them for 7 years. This just gives you full privacy. And these plans are really affordable comparative to some of the other plans that we have out there. So again, this is just coming into privacy. And also when you get to the business side of things, having people sign up for these plans is great too for residual income. So.
Sweet, babe. And as you mentioned it, this is especially for our friends in the States right now. The rest of the world, people can use a regular SIM card and they piggybacking from the other servers. But the way they're interacting with the servers and the how do you say the towers, the
cell towers.
Yeah, the network. So the network, the way we are interacting with the network is that the phones have a gateway management built in the phone, which means you select how much of the frequency band, how much of the internet, how much of the web, how much of the phone towers, basically, you want to let in and out of your phone. This is what gives this product an edge.
If you didn't catch it before, but I just want to say this again. Again, you can use whatever service plan you have. You take the SIM card, put it into the phone, or you can choose to use their service, up to you. So this phone can be used with all other services as well.
But in 2 or
So-
3 years, when they deploy it everywhere, it would make sense that a lot of us are just going to align fully as you get to know who Michael is, what the vision of the company is about, what products they have in the pipeline for the next 5 to 10 years. Of course, it's going to make sense and it's going to add benefits to most of us.
So I'll go over also the business opportunity that comes with it, because you can simply be an owner and customer of the phone because you value your privacy. But the great thing is you can also become an influencer and a change maker, because Clear has created a referral program that goes on 7 levels. And I'll be sharing why it's a great model for distributing, especially this product. And there are 3 main reasons for it. The first one is that they redistribute a good part of the company's income, that's 40%, to the influencers. And so imagine if when the iPhone was cool, which is not really the case anymore, but when people talked about it, they could have a share of that and not only the shareholders of Apple. And so that's a decentralized way to redistribute the effort of people talking about the phone and doing that referral. So I think that's great because it creates revenue and value for the people who refer that. And that's why ClearPHONE wanted to have this model. The second thing is that it works very well because in the world of today, people trust a lot referrals from friends or for influencers they follow and trust. And so it allows the company to grow very quickly and in an organic way. That's the second reason. And the third reason is that it's a phone that is decentralized. And when you listen to the founder, he talks a lot about owning your data, even he talks about vaccines, controversial topics. And so you can see, to avoid censorship, why it's a good idea to have a more decentralized way also to spread the phone. So if they want to advertise, they can't be shut down by any particular person who has a lot of power.
Absolutely.
So that's the reason why they chose that model. And I'm a big fan of it because, again, it creates more decentralization. To go a little bit more into the details, you have those 7 levels and you have certain status based on how many active members you have in your team. So you make 10%, like let's say I sell a phone to Fabrice, I make 10% of that. Then he sells a phone to Omiya, he makes 10% of that, I make 10% of that. And then the people who enroll me make 5%, 5%, 1%, 1%, 1%. And so they created that quite simple circle, and then you have additional bonuses through the shared pool.
And perhaps, Alex, we want to add that, as you say, it's a very simple, it's not the classic MLM thing. We don't need to maintain any monthly volumes. We don't need to do, it's not quite an MLM. It has some component of the multi-level, but it really is more of an affiliate model, as you say. If you just want to buy and use your phone, you get nothing. If you tell a few people, you start to get rewards on all of these levels, and it's pretty self-explanatory. But I just wanted to underline that is, what are the other things that usually people don't like when you're part of a MLM is maybe you need to keep on generating certain numbers and volumes, and it can be a drain.
That's a really good point. So there is no minimum consumption that you need to have. There is no fee associated with sharing it. There is no pressure on doing anything. You can use your phone, and when you want to talk to someone about it, you do. If you want to do it more actively as an entrepreneurial venture, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
So super simple. We simplify the whole thing. What is this?
There we go.
And that's an example. So you can see how it looks like. That would be my circle. So I'm in the middle. Fabrice has been doing a really good job, same as Omiya, Cassie, Donaldson. And then it goes like this on 7 levels.
So that would be level 1 here.
So you get 10% there, 10% there, and then it starts 5%, 5%, and then 1%.
That's when it starts to get juicy. You can see that we're still very, very early. We're about 2 months in.
And most of these people, I don't even know them, you know, because that starts to be a few levels down.
But just from referring it to these first people, you know, like he's referred it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you know, 8 people. That's what's
Yeah.
been created from that ripple effect. So
And the people we hid in red are because they are big influencers that we don't want to make it public already, but that's going to keep blowing up.
Yeah, that's very exciting to see the caliber of the people coming on board with that technology. They get it straight away. They understand the conscious shift that's taking place on the planet. They understand that we're gonna have to come together with common visions and be very clear with what we want in the world and what we don't want anymore. These people are really, they've asked us to be private until they really reveal who they are, but let's see where we are in 6 months from here, guys.
So thank you everyone for joining us. This is our 20-minute presentation on the ClearPHONE. Whoever sent you this message, please contact them if you'd like to learn more, or you can join our Telegram group. And we have more info on a website we have created. It's super simple for you to see everything that we've talked about today. The chairman of the company, Michael, gave us permission to make the site clearlyfree.org. And again, if you join any of these groups or get in contact with us, please let us know who referred you so we can make sure that we have it all clean and tidy. So thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Talk to you soon.